What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
Look, man, James Harden needs to come off the bench and Russell Westbrook needs to start. I don't need to see this experiment go on any longer. Even if they really pick up some traction and they, somewhat get it together and they look much better than what we've seen so far as they try to figure this thing out. I just think it's a better lineup, it's a better situation, it's a better feel, it's a better flow if Russell Westbrook is playing with the starting unit and James Harden is coming off the bench. And it has nothing to do with who's the better player, Russ or James Harden. It doesn't. It's about what's going to work better for the team. Before James Harden even stepped foot on the court in a Clippers uniform, I said right here on this channel, before Russell Westbrook even spoke about coming off the bench, I said right here on this channel that I believe James Harden should come off the bench and run with the second unit. It would be extremely vital and beneficial for the team and for the second unit. And Russ has been the absolute Boy Scout, the absolute teammate, just wanting to win and adjusting his game yet again, despite playing some damn good basketball ever since he laced him up for the Clippers. Make no mistake about it, Russ has been balling. And he was a complete Boy Scout, complete leader. And was like, you know what? I'm gonna go take my ass. I'm gonna go run with the second unit. Coach pulled me off the bench. I want James Harden to establish some type of rhythm and build some kind of continuity with the starting lineup of Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Big Zoo, and them boys. So I want this experiment to work. And they've won some games and they've lost some games. But it makes more sense that Russ plays with the starting lineup. And James Harden comes off the bench. Why? James Harden is a better offensive player than Russell Westbrook. James Harden is a better scorer than Russell Westbrook, while also still being able to facilitate, though he doesn't push the tempo like Russ pushes the tempo. And the ball tends to stick to James Harden more when he's trying to be that facilitator and playmaker. And while Russ can be ball dominant, he doesn't hold on to the ball as much as James Harden does. He just doesn't. So, with that being said, that would be very beneficial to have James running more time with the bench, helping those guys get buckets, while also being the isolation scorer that he is, still being able to put points on the board off his own skill and talent. Getting to the cup, getting to the foul line, shooting the free throws, shooting the threes, just finishing the layups, the and ones, whatever, while also passing the ball around, finding open players. Now, why it would make sense for Russ to run with the starting lineup? So not only is it better for the bench to have Harden, but it's better for the starting lineup to have Russ. Because now Russ isn't looking to score and shoot, per se, as much as James Harden is. Russ always pushed more towards facilitating and passing, which is good for Kawhi Leonard and it's good for Paul George. So now they're getting their touches and they can get more time with the basketball and get it past to them. Not so much when Harden is just holding the ball so much and then, waiting for the slash or the open player to pass it to, or last minute give it up to that guy and let him try to go and score in isolation. The Clippers are heavy on the isolation, at least from what I've seen so far. But Russell Westbrook also pushes the tempo for the Clippers in that starting lineup, which they need. He is like a cannonball off the rebound, zooming up the court, putting pressure on the defense. And really, he's been making great passes on the perimeter. And his connection with Big Zoo in the pick and roll is phenomenal. And Russ is one of the best pick and roll point guards I've seen in the last 20 years. You've seen what Russ did for Steven Adams when they was in OKC. That was a tried and true, deadly pick and roll combination. Him and Steve Adams. Aquaman, if you will. Jason Momoa. And him and Big Zoo have a really good connection on that pick and roll. And Big Zoo has really good hands, and Zubac could finish at the basket. I love Big Zoo. He's one of my favorite centers in the league. Not even an all-star or anything like that, but that boy plays. That boy plays, and he plays hard. And I like how he plays. He plays big. Love me some Big Zoo. But Russ has a great connection with Big Zoo. And from what I've seen, a better connection with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But that's just me. I'm just talking crazy. It's better for that starting lineup to really push that tempo, get the points on the board, get them running, and keep the defense off kilter, if you will. And Harden could really boost the scoring punch with the bench and help those guys get better shots. Russell Westbrook has adjusted his game so much, and I've seen him out there. He's been doing all the little things and all the effort things and all the high energy things that the team needs, and I feel like nobody talks about it. I'm seeing Russ out there on a consistent basis. Honestly, he was doing this in OKC, but it's really loud here in Clipper Nation. Russ out there grabbing rebounds, keeping possessions alive, offensive rebounds, playing defense. People ain't been talking about that. Russ has been playing some damn good defense this season on the Clippers. Energy, effort. Defense is mostly effort, man. And he's been putting forth that effort on the defensive end, especially as a help defender, doing a lot of cheating. I see him sneaking up on people, snatching the ball from them, catching people on block shots from behind, crashing the rebounds, fighting and tussling for jump balls, things like that. Russ is all over the place and is bringing that defensive energy, which the starting lineup really needs. And it's good to set the example with that type of energy and defensive effort at the beginning of the game. And that can help establish early momentum. Russ provides all that. And he's been all over the place, chipping in, doing all kinds of things. He has been. That cannot go unnoticed. It cannot. He's, like I said, he's much more reluctant to swing the ball on the perimeter to the other players earlier than James Harden. James Harden likes to dribble a lot, snake his way, into the paint, into the midcourt, and just kind of wait for a pass or finish with the layup, try to draw the foul. I think it'll be better served with the bench, but not when you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And I guess if they're starting Terrence Mann, but the big thing is Big Zoo, man. They really do miss that Russell Westbrook Big Zoo connection with that pick and roll, man. Deadly stuff. Russ is a relentless attacker of the basket, and he draws so much attention, even at this advanced stage in his career. You still got to collapse because he's still beating his man. He's still getting to the cup. Does he finish at the hoop as good as some other point guards? No, but you still have to. Still demands attention. You still got to respect it. And he's often finding shooters off his penetration or slashers to get the ball dumped off to him before his feet hit the ground. James Harden. We saw Russ be a Boy Scout and just say, hey, I want this to work. I'm going to take a step down. James Harden, you can do the same thing. It's not about who's better and who's not better. It's about what's going to work the best. But we all know James Harden ain't going to the bench. James Harden's not going to request going to the bench. But he needs to. Russ has set the example. Put the ego aside. Do what's necessary. You'll probably still get more minutes. But you could really bolster the offense of the bench and their production if you would do that. Ty Lue is no idiot. Ty Lue's a smart guy. I'm sure he knows that he should probably move James Harden to the bench. And I'm sure he probably wants to. But we're in an age now where coaches are scared to coach and make decisions because a lot of these GMs and owners value the star players and they don't want to upset them because they don't want to lose them, quite literally lose them, or lose their engagement with the team because they're unhappy of how the coach is utilizing them. That's why a lot of coaches don't do what they actually want to do because they don't have the backing of the GM and upper management to coach the way they want to coach because they prioritize the players and they know they'll get fired in a heartbeat if the player is unhappy because they want to keep the player. They want to keep the player happy. The player puts butts in the seats. The player brings in revenue. And the player gives them a chance. You will rarely find a situation, and it happens every now and then. I don't remember what was the situation. It was a situation last year. I don't remember what team or what coach. But there was some drama going on, and the upper management told the coach, he's like, don't worry about it. You do what you got to do. We have your back. You don't have to worry about anything. That is so uplifting to hear if you're a coach, to know that, management and your bosses have your back and are standing behind your vision and how you want to coach. And you don't have to worry about getting your hand slapped because you're trying to do your damn job. But these crybaby, egotistical star players, or just players in general, don't want to do what they got to do or don't want to follow the coach's lead. Because coaches are now forced to acquiesce to the needs and wants of these players, and it's making it difficult for them to actually do their job how they want to do their job. Sucks, but this is the atmosphere and the culture of the NBA today. So it doesn't matter. If James Harden doesn't want to come off the bench, unless Ballmer comes down like Ty Lue, do what you got to do, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Especially James Harden. We all know his theatrics and everything he's been doing for the last year. It's a sad state, man. This guy's a clown. I don't know what he's doing. And I don't know what he wants out of all this. But, people tried to dare call Russell Westbrook a cancer. No. If anybody's shown to be a cancer, it's James Harden. And his team hopping and dismantling of teams after going somewhere where he wants to go and then being unhappy after a couple weeks on the job and then kicking and screaming to find his way out. Come on, man. How many times are you going to do this? So it's not going to happen. You're dealing with the biggest crybaby in the league in James Harden. The biggest prima donna in the NBA in James Harden. He ain't going to the bench. I don't even know why I made this video. It's pointless. It's pointless. Because it ain't happening. I shouldn't even post this on YouTube now. I should just stop recording, ball this shit up, and throw it in the garbage can. Because it ain't happening. If they were smart, James Harden was smart. If he really wanted to win a championship, he would go to at least try it out, see if it works. This is what part of the NBA season is experimenting, finding out what works. Why not give it a shot? See how the team looks. See how it runs with you on the bench. And put Russ back in the starting lineup where they were doing just fine. Why not just give it a shot? What do you have to lose? Anyway, I'm done ranting. I kind of went off topic a little bit. I do that a lot. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with it. But do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear your opinion. Because it's just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. But it's something I would like to see, or I like to see the Clippers try out. I'm a Laker fan through and through, but, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George are three of my favorite players. So, I kind of root for them too, you know what I mean? And Big Zoo. And he was a Laker at one point. I was mad when they traded Zoo. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Catch you on the next one. We out, baby.